This is Sunday, June 7th, and we're at the Amtrak station in Sacramento, and we're getting ready to tag our bags and waiting for the train, which will take us back to the Four Corners area.
Hello there. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Melinda Rosselli, and I'm with the Dynamic Trio here, Global Awareness class, and we're going to the Southwest. We're going to Grand Junction, Colorado.
Hello there.
Hi.
And you are who?
Candace.
Uh-huh. And where are we going, Candace?
To Colorado and Four Corners.
Oh, hi, my name is Lisa. I'm really excited. I can't believe we went on this trip finally. I was supposed to go 2 years ago, but I didn't. But I'm really glad that I'm here with everybody here. I'm having a great time. I can't wait.
Hi, I'm Stan, and I'm joining Melinda and Wendell and a group of 9 students, and we're soon to be headed out to Grand Junction, Colorado in the Southwest.
Hey, my name is Tanya Brown. I'm going to Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and it's going to be fun. Okay.
Can you have a good time?
Yes.
Great.
Hi. My name is Glenn Muria. I am the president of the Global Awareness Club, and I am proud to be it. It's a good group. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think we're going to Grand Junction right now. We're just waiting for the Amtrak to get here. My first time on a train, by the way. I'm really scared, so I'm hoping someone's going to hold my hand.
Yes?
My name is John, and I think we're going to Disneyland.
Man!
Yes?
Hi there.
And you are?
My name's Evangelina. Oh, wow. I'm your tour guide for the beautiful, where are we again? Sacramento, I'm sorry. Sacramento Amtrak Station, founded in
Look at this song.
1863, and where are we going? Cannon de Shayla. Oh. Hello, I'm Melandra. This is my beautiful baby. Noticing ears for the father, the nose for the mother. It's Melandra Martinez, and we're going to go to Canyon de Shayla and have a lot of fun.
Great.
And I'm going to eat now.
Oh, and I'm Manuel Vasquez, and I'm with them.
You'll jump on and find out.
Tell them we all want to sit. Don't worry. One of us stay over here. They're over here.
Where you're bound, you're going to get off.
Yeah.
But your body's further back.
That's true.
The one ahead of us just got up.
Oh, I want those seats.
All right, who are these guys?
Those seats. Those are tables.
You already got me.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead.
Come back. He's like, I'm just here for the ride. They're like, I'm smuggled by, so I'll just go.
Soon we will be entering a man-made structure called a snow shed, which shelters the tracks from the winter weather. Heavy snowfall can lead to avalanches, which are both unpredictable and extremely dangerous. The combination of snow, ice,
Oh, this is a modern snow shed in here.
get us dinner. 75
If you
cents.
play
Is
your
that
card,
right?
if you play your cards right,
Shoot, that's more money he's ever given me.
dinner is on its way.
Get a fish. We have to go catch it.
See if you can pull some of these off.
Maybe they'll work as quarters. Maybe I still have some of the cotton.
Well, I'm going to use it for an earring. Get my ear pierced on this.
Let's see, is it, are you modeling it or?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, 464-93752.
Hello, Melinda.
Hi, Stan. I'm just counting all my money.
Mental notes.
You're giving out samples tonight, are you?
I'm counting my money.
Very good.
Do not wear short shorts.
You'll get wedgies.
You'll get your one digit wedgie.
Well,
That's my gift to the
you're
well,
right,
my-
now that
my
it's
gift.
recorded on the video here, we'll remember that for next time.
Hello. Good morning. It's June 8th, and we're between Price and Rico. Green River, I meant. That's what I meant, yes. And we're in Utah, and it's been a long journey. First time on a train, like I said before, and it's been quite an experience since then. I've encountered many things, many people. As you can see outside, there's many life forms out there, none of which you can see.
What are you going to measure?
Physical therapy.
Well, here we are going around a bend here. Out in the Utah hills.
I want to pose and do the sign. Go like this.
Where are my glasses?
Mr. Martin's trying to figure out our route here.
Enlighten me.
When we get, here's where we're going to be going. We'll get off at Grand Junction. We'll rent our van and we'll travel down here to Moab.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to find a place to camp alongside the Colorado River.
Manuel, grab that watch.
Yeah, it's right here in my back pocket.
Colorado Junction.
Hi, we're about to get off at Grand Junction and everything. Oh, by the way, her number is again.
464-9337, height 5'2", single. For now. Hey, you had a boyfriend. I told you, see.
There goes the brave Martin.
Well, we're here. Sort of. Boy, this is a lively crowd.
They're dead.
Well, how we doing in here?
We're okay. We got a sleeping bag and a
Still packing, huh?
couple backpacks, and then we'll have it made.
By train about noon today. We packed up and we've headed down to Arches, and right now we're headed into the town of Moab to get food and water, and we're going to be staying at Goose Island Campground. One other thing, and Wendell wanted us to say that we're staying right next to the Colorado River, which is right over there. So where are
Tell me
we?
where.
We're at campsite number 12.
Hello. We're finally here.
You take.
This is dinner now you're talking about, right?
Candace, you take Fritos, and you make a bed of Fritos on that big plate because you have a great big man-sized appetite
Now
after
look what she's doing. She's explaining it.
working hard
My gosh.
in the Canyonlands. And then Manuel
I'm gonna take notes.
is stirring the beans. We're going to go
There's
over
a
to
bean.
Manuel.
What if I want Diet
We're
Pepsi?
going to put a big
Don't make it my plate for me.
Lots of juice, lots of sugar.
Yummy.
Okay, Candace, thank you. While
Okay,
it's
one
still
scoop and a
hot,
half.
while it's still hot.
Hello.
remember, Candace,
You guys should try this. Smells good. Oh, I gotta be a little maid now.
You're very good at it.
I hope I'm getting paid for this.
Right.
It smells all right.
I guess I'll get one, Mr.
So I
Martin.
get feeding space. She smells everything before she eats it.
All right.
Hey, buddy.
That was hard too. So I chopped it.
Today, let me start. Today is the 9th and it's the second day on a trip. And today we're going to Arches and Cainta.
What happened to you? Your backpack.
Did you see it last night?
No, I put it away.
Well, we've lost 2 of them already. Tough light last night.
One turned up his nose at us, and so we put him outside.
Yeah, I guess it better.
And the other is Cuddles here.
Puddles. Did it?
Yeah, it's Puddles.
This is Ellie.
Ellie?
V8.
Ellie?
V8. Survival gear. Oh my god.
I think it's what it's called. Courthouse Towers.
And where are we, Mr. Martin?
We're in Arches National Park, and we're looking straight ahead at Courthouse Towers. Straight ahead and to our left. It's about this place right here. And he incorporates into chapters about other stories where he went down the river and local people that strange things happened to them. And it's, I highly recommend this book. And Miss Roselli has read it, and she loves it. They seem easy, but footing and hand holds are often deceiving. Carry water with you. You need a minimum of a gallon a day. Bicycles are permitted only on 2-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive over the vehicle traffic. Thunder showers can produce cloud-to-ground light. Stay away from high or exposed areas during storms.
Where'd he go?
Oh, there you are. No signs, please. Ready? What's it? Thank you for stopping. So we're the ones that you left to die back there?
Yeah, it means more for us.
Thanks to the rain.
Go ahead, take it down with me. territory is mine.
Abby's butt is showing. Turn around, Abby.
Will I make it? No, I won't.
Hurry. All right. That's it.
Come on, everybody get up here so Mr. Turner can take some pictures too.
Okay, wait up. I got 4 more.
For Eric and Garrett and I standing in the center.
No.
Hey, John, what do you think?
Fabulous.
Looks good?
This is great.
What are we looking at here? What's this called?
I don't know, but
It's the delicate arches.
just look great. It's an art. Yeah.
Just press it.
Yes, I got to. Hold on. I'll take my art down with me.
Well, I see one of them there. You got them up here.
Well, all the two.
That's true. Who didn't make it?
Well, they decided to stay there.
Just around the bend?
Well, he's just there, just ready to go and look at the arch. I think you're only supposed to go one or two at a time.
You're welcome.
Wait, do you want the water bottle in that?
No! This is called Miss Anasazi. What? Wait, Miss Anasazi, why don't you and John and we'll be on the side. Quiet, like sideways. Okay, when I say that's a poster photo.
One with mine.
One with mine.
Where's my camera? Take it. Get your arm. Oh my God.
Hurry.
Did you see his face?
I'm sorry, you want that?
Should rewind it? I have to turn around. It's backwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there. The gray button is the
okay, got it.
That's mine.
Tell us what you're near.
Sideways. Okay.
No. Yeah, do it that way. Do it that way.
We are to the right of the
Shoot.
dog.
Get it backwards. Get
Like
it
that.
backwards. Turn around and
I got it. There we go. Okay, one.
Oh, these the Sal Mountains over here. The Salt Mountains.
the Salt Mountains. So
Yep.
if we lick it, will we taste salt?
Yes, sir. Just a sec here.
Be careful, John. Nice job. Higher. Where are you going to get higher, Manuel?
Up there, and I go part and hug it.
No, I'll hug my way.
Hey, go back to the arch, you guys.
But the truth, how was the hike?
It was wonderful. It was exhilarating, and it helped me. Okay, I hope I lost 20 pounds or something. No, it was nice.
It felt
And
good,
Candace?
but I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm ready to go home.
You ready to go to the hotel?
Yep, take a shower.
By Jupiter.
Well, Mr. Martin, where are we headed now?
We are going up here, past it, and right up here we may be able to pull off the road so people can take a shot of it.
Of what?
Of the balanced rock that you see in the distance. Maybe you want to get it on the other side.
This is balanced rock.
Don't mind if I do.
Beautiful. Sorry, I
I got a
brushed
shot
my
of-
teeth.
When I
You did?
Yeah, I got a picture of it. It's nice. Very nice.
Okay, everybody fall asleep. Just drop.
Hello, it's Medusa. Come back to Earth to haunt you.
Yeah. Oh man.
We're looking at the back of Courthouse Rock here. Is that right, Mr. Martin?
Well, the courthouse towers are further down toward the end of the area. They call this Park Avenue. I'm not sure why it has that title. It's a great scene, though.
We're now headed off to see some petroglyphs and pictographs.
Like before or after the desecration, this is what actually cleaned it up some.
Uh-huh.
No. What is it?
That's cool.
Rock art painted on stone, and it's called pictograph. Okay, it paints a picture. And they call this particular one a Barrier Canyon style. It's quite old, it's archaic. When you think about Native Americans coming into this area, you go back to Paleolithic, the first ones who arrived. Then you have archaic, then you have sometime before and after the time of Christ, you had the Anasazi. Archaic, so you're talking about something that is generally before the time of Christ. So they painted this on it and they call it the Barrier Canyon style. All that I can tell you is that this was painted, first of all, they identified it in a place called Barrier Canyon. And so whenever they see this type of style and drawing and images, they call it Barrier Canyon style. So that is a pictograph, is what we call petroglyph.
Is that one piece?
Well, they had some right up here that went all the way across. You can see big images right in here that are petroglyph. And some has been rubbed off as you go down further to the left. But this is petroglyph. It's lighter. The most common animal you see right here, if you go throughout the southwest, it is a mountain sheep, okay? A big prong. And constantly throughout the southwest, you'll see these. They even have some on the eastern side of the Sierras.
We've left Arches, and now it's about 4 hours later. We're down here at Bluff at the Twin Rocks Trading Post.
With a few words.
Yes, so wise one. Make it brief.
Okay, we're leaving in 2 minutes. It starts in the state of Utah and goes southward into Arizona.
Where are we?
We're at the Mexican hat.
We're driving down and approaching the northern end of Monument Valley. We are on the Navajo Indian Reservation. Currently, we're still in the state of Utah, and as we go further south, Monument Valley will extend slightly into Arizona.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Mr. Turner. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And this is what?
We're on the reservation, and we spent the night at Kayenta. Now we're going kind of in the southeast direction on Highway 59 toward Chinle. And a lot of wide open spaces in this area. When we reach Chinle, we're going to Justin Soul's stables, and we're going to go horseback riding.
Hey.
The fastest one.
Well, here we are at Justin Soul's stables, and half the group is going to ride the horses in, and the other half is going to meet them at the White House and ride out.
No, he's already been...
We may try to get a good place. Yeah.
Go tell Miss Roselli.
It's moving.
Turn over here.
You know what you're doing? Are you sure this is the slow one? Horsey, calm down.
Stop. See, every time you stop, don't really hold that ring on this. Just kind of.
Don't get him near me.
This horse.
Are you sure this is the slowest one?
Martin.
How you doing, Stan?
Horsey.
Saddled up, and one half the group is going to be going into...
What's mine?
And yours is Bingo.
Nice.
Come on.
Oh my God, it's moving!
Have a good time. Off we go down to the White House. This is where we're hiking to.
Up into the canyon.
Go through another tunnel.
Oh, I'm out of film. Good thing I brought some more.
Into the tunnel.
Oh, this one's longer.
Here we are.
Oh, this was fabulous.
Now, Horsey, Candace, Lisa, you want to get a hold on in a natural setting? We're going to talk about natural setting. That's perfect for it.
This lively ride.
I'll never forget this ride, ever. My horse would not stop. It dumped
Tell
me
you
in the
more
river.
later.
Look at ass was wet. It dumped me in the river. It didn't fall though, but we were like that close. That is gonna fall on top of me. One thing so intricate that you can look.
They need to have that exist.
Candace.
My foot is not in the stirrup. Don't like me. Ah! He's gonna kick me off.
All right, partners. So long!
Well, here we are back at camp. Surviving horseback rides and somersaults, windstorms.
We made it. We're professionals. Oh, my eye. Okay.
Want to tell us about the horse ride?
It was fun at the end when we knew we were coming home.
Yes, and?
And we went through the water, and it was all right towards the end. Oh, there's running water and sinks and everything.
You don't have anything else to
No.
say? Say bye.
And it hurt. Bye. I've lost weight.
So what did you think about the horseback ride?
Oh, I have bruises right here.
Right where?
Right here.
Where?
See?
Oh my, well, oops.
Oh, it was good though. I had fun.
Good. Fell out
Yes, some things fell out. I had
when you were
valuable
riding on the
underwear.
horse.
Valuable underwear in my backpack. It opened all the gallops.
Uh-huh.
Everything, the zipper, and it was from a distance, like.
So what'd you lose?
My ID card,
Mm-hmm. And?
my license, my ATM, my checking book, and then 2 rolls of film, and then some other stuff, quarters. I didn't bother to pick those up. We have a lot of money.
So you got it back though.
Yeah, I got them all back. I stopped. Finally, I got the horse to stop.
Monsieur, how was your horseback ride?
I feel on my butt and then my head and then
Très bien.
Très bien.
them horses are
I
crazy.
Mine tried to kill me.
I understand between you and John, you're going into the acrobatic horse riding
Yeah.
business.
I did
That's
a
me,
280.
A 280.
That's right, but I know how to land.
Me too.
Fortunately, I only
See, I
lost
did
one
6
testicle.
backflips.
John, how many times did you fall off?
I don't know, times a couple, 2.
You lost one.
So you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, one more time. I got one left.
We're at Spider Rock Overlook.
Look at the little ledge right in the corner on the right-hand side, because that's part of the story. On that ledge is an abandoned ruin.
No, you have
We're going to have to get people to listen sometime and do a
Yeah.
small group maybe. Do you want to do this somewhere else or?
No.
No, because it's better when we see it.
I think other people are listening
It's
to
called
it too.
experiential.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Visualizing
exactly. So I know that they'll listen. if they
Enough
know
of the
that we're
spiritual
talking.
stuff. Let's go.
And Spider Woman said, yes, I will teach you how. And she was teaching the women how to weave. And she said, I'm going to continue to teach you how to weave, only if you teach your children not to be lazy. Because if your children are lazy, here's what will happen to them. I will take them to the very top of Spider Rock, and I will tear their little bodies apart, and I will eat them, and I will leave their bones right on top of Spider Rock. And that's what will happen if your people are lazy, your children are lazy, and you teach them to be lazy. So while the children are watching the sheep, they would tell them, do not go up into the canyon walls and play and throw things down and have fun while you're supposed to be watching the sheep. Because Spider Woman will take you to the top of Spider Rock and she will tear your little bodies apart and leave your bones on top, and she will eat you down to the last clean finger bone. But not always will tell their children this. Keep them from being lazy. Okay, how do you say hello in Navajo?
Yatay! We're Spider Rock. I think.
There are really people there. This is so awesome.
Well, it's recording,
Don't
Wendell.
hurry or nothing, all right?
This is Daryl. No. We're front buddies. all of us
Take
are
cameras.
buddies.
Which one goes first?
Wait until he gets in.
All right. Thank you.
Now look at mine. Hey, Donna, no, don't touch it.
I won't. Got it.
Yeah.
You did well.
Yeah. I took the bullet
Very
for
good.
you. Okay, it's gonna be 3. 1,
The sun.
2.
Oh,
thank you.
2 and 1, 100.
I'm tired of smiling.
Here
My
it's
mouth
coming.
is hurting.
Getting indents.
It's coming. It'll be 3. 1, 2,
gosh, you can barely
3. Oh, God.
Look at mine.
What?
Ready?
Yep.
Welcome to my humble home.
And
My home that's been for 3 days. This is
what day is today?
the 11th of June.
Good. Which is what day of the week?
It is Thursday.
Thursday.
Whoa.
Right. Do you know where we're going today?
We are going to the Four Corners
Any other place?
and the bathroom for me. So, and plus, I need to get a calling card.
Got to call home. Huh?
Yeah, and I need to take off my eye noogies.
I see.
I see. And I'm very hungry. Here's my breakfast.
Hmm.
Yum.
Yum. Say
Some
goodbye.
chicken.
Crystal clear tea.
At Mummy Cave, the north end of Canyon de Chelly, and actually this is called Canyon de Muerto.
Evie, where are you? Oh. You can share my
Steep and deep this is.
Well, that fallen man. I mean, that guy who committed suicide.
Oh, in Fallen Man, yeah.
Fallen man.
He fell from here?
Actually, I think this is where it was. It was based here at
He fell from
Mummy Cave.
Oh my gosh, he fell off.
What am I filming? I'm filming a whole god. I gotta find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. See it in the round? Right? The traditional Navajo home. Corners. And Tanya is now in 4 states.
So if I commit a crime, they can catch me. I'll be like,
I'm in Utah.
Okay, John is now in 4 states. I'll get a picture of you, John, here in just a sec. All right.
There you go. Your turn. Okay, Londa.
Nah.
Well, it's still like a stay here. I ain't watching it. Well, I can't open my legs. There you go. I want my butt to be right in the middle. Okay, here we go. And smile.
Hi, camera.
King of the road.
Okay, let me get a picture.
At Ship Rock.
Or bird feather, as the Navajo call it.
It's
They call it bird feather?
no. What did he tell me?
Feather rising up.
Feathered or bird. Something to do with bird. Because it's thick. That's all I need.
We are at Shipwreck. My palace, people. Oh, I don't have my birthday. It's still my palace.
Mine. Oh, mine.
Someplace out there.
Well.
this was me. See that resemblance?
2,000 years ago.
We're both beautiful.
We're looking at some prairie dogs right outside of our motel. Some right there, and let's see, is he right? I don't see the other one. Is he behind? Is he looking out? Oh yeah, there he is.
Also, too, has their own societies in this dance. As such as Delilah, she got initiated into this jingle dress dance this past fall.
Kids that are joining in on the dance. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
on the other storm that was coming, I forgot to put a dot to represent the rain. Like that, like so. The feather and the streak pattern put together. And so what I'll do, I'll come over on this side. I'll make it come like so. Make the other one come. Make the other one come down. Like that. That's what I call feathers, and I'll mark it off right here. And I'll blacken these two. There you go, you have two feathers there. And that's how we do our pottery down here. Just like that. And does any of you have any questions?
June 12th, and we're at the motel getting ready to go to Mesa Verde, and we're looking right now at a prairie dog sitting there looking back at us.
Action. We're beginning our walk on Friday, and we're at Mesa Verde, and we're beginning our descent down to Spruce Tree House. Step right this way, please.
Let's go, baby.
IB student taking notes.
It's a big breaker.
If you go to the other Anasazi Center, has chocolate canyon, there is much corn rock and a lot of smaller chunks that hold it together. Now you notice this is especially this right here. It's where you can stand up here and look at it. If you want to stand right up here and look at it, go right ahead. What you see if you step over here is the entrance to a keep. Now that's a room there. And that was a religious room, and it also became a sort of men's social room too. And around the edge, it's built in a circle, notice that? Around the edge down there, there's kind of a bench that people could place things on and or sit. And see that hole right there? Mm-hmm. That's a plate, well no, it's right here. Right here, air goes down there, and there is a deflector rock there to keep it, and then right in front of it is a pit. You'd build a fire, and then the air coming down here would circulate there around the room down there because of that deflector rock, and then the smoke would be coming out at the top.
How you feel?
Go down and
I'll go down?
let your eyes adjust.
Wow. Oh, one at a time?
If you would like for me to watch your backs, I will do that up here, okay?
I'm going down to Cuba.
For me, I'll watch.
Okay.
Goodbye, Tanya.
You might want to look at the camera.
Right on time too, because I was holding it down for a couple seconds.
Here are a variety of pottery shards and some different styles. One of the most popular one in this area is the one that has the black on white, which you see a small piece right there. And you have other bits of pieces. For instance, this is clay that help to hold the rocks together right there. Corn cob that's further up. And some of the other tools may be for scraping or cutting. I'm not sure exactly what they may be for.
Hello? Read that sign. Glenn, where's your tune? Mr. Martin. What is that right there?
So this is Cliff Palace, huh?
Huge.
It's quite something.
Sure is a palace, huh?
Lots of people down there.
Yeah, I forgot to open it again.
Jeez. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, I tried. It would have been a fun ride. Did the family arrange the children's marriage? They arranged it? So you can marry whoever you want to?
Very intelligent people.
Oh, okay, ready? One. Not yet? Okay, I'll wait. Ready?
Okay. Oops. Oh, you want me to go up? Okay. I'll go up too.
Oh, basically.
Come back a few years later.
What a great design.
Mrs. Ellie, turn around.
Well, now that we've cut the tower off, I mean, it shortens everybody's tour up.
Well, we're headed up the highway from Dolores to Telluride on Colorado 145. And we're going to stop at Telluride for about an hour and then head on to Grand Junction and spend the night there. Certainly getting a lot closer to the top of the pass. You know the names of these mountains, Mr. Martin?
La Plata.
The Silver Mountains, huh?
We're nearing Lizard Head Pass.
Well, driving in Telluride, Colorado. Mr. Martin says to watch out.
Ski tram is coming down this slope.
We have a ski tram coming down the slope someplace.
Telluride. Playground of the rich and famous. They kept the bar at this Good, you need some convention plan.
So this is the old part of Telluride, Mr. Martin?
Yes, it is. The historic part, going back to the mining days.
Morning.
Good morning.
And what day is this?
Saturday, June 13th.
And what are we doing?
We're right now in Grand Junction, Colorado, and we're going to go right now to see the National Monument and go to some other ruins and take some pictures and go sightseeing.
And then what are we doing this evening?
This evening we're going to board the train and we're going to be there in Sacramento tomorrow, Sunday at 3:45.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
What do we have down here?
We have two buffalo inside of a pen.
Uh-huh.
And also inside is a longhorn steer.
Oh, there's a longhorn steer over there, right.
Okay. And the buffalo is, one of them is, has a bad hair day, and he was chasing the steer a few minutes ago.
Huh.
And one of the buffalo butted the other one too. Yeah, far I can fish.
see that before, okay? This is gonna be censored.
It's a very hot summer day.
Oh, you know, the board meeting. I see Tornado too.
Glenn doing the devil dance.
Glenn. Yeah, you guys gotta hold me.
Hey, Glenn!
Shake it!
Thank you.
Encore.
You have to hold me now. You're like, I'm gonna fall.
I get the butt, don't I?
National Park. That's where we're at right now. Over there. What's all this? I don't see no Coke bottle.
I think it's those round-looking domes there.
Oh, the dome. There's a Coke bottles.
That means they like let out national monuments all the time. So it's these right here.
You mean that hot? Please. Go away.
Okay.
Immediately. Oh, wait a minute. Did you guys run over a blue plastic bag? Because my shirt was in it.
Run over a blue plastic bag.
We are looking at Fallen Rock Cliff over here, and you can see the rock that has fallen off the side of the face. Waiting for the train. We've got a building on fire across from the tracks over here. Streams on it now, and if this camera holds still well enough, you can see that with those master streams, they've got it knocked down pretty well. Pretty hard with this wind blowing to keep it steady.
Get my bridge up there. We're gonna say bye, Alfie.
Dining.
You can say it to Florida.
Oops.
Glenn's already in meditation.
Let's fix the other one. I'm gonna go meditate on the way home now.
Huh?
Hi,
Well,
Mr. Turner.
we're on the way home.
Don't even do it.
Then that's when we go talk to you. Remember? All those wanted to eat.
Hi. I'm very excited.
Chivas.
Hey, Miss Martin.
Nothing happened to it.
He's not even paying attention right now. Hello, Wendell.
Well, hold there.
Window. Do you see my souvenir?
Uh-oh.
Look at my hat. You hold it up like this, right? And he's just standing there, and he's really afraid. He's shaking to death, and he's so afraid. And then he holds up the log, and the log breaks in half. And the other piece falls in the ground.
Look at a horse lap.
Oh gosh, yeah. Heavens, yes. Indubitably. There is no doubt about it. Hey folks, you see all the Red Rock Canyons around you? They're beautiful.
Yeah, I think I've seen one like that.
We're going along the Colorado.
That's Somali, Colorado.
Oh, I don't know.
So how you coming on dinner? What do you think you're going to want?
I have no idea. Either between vegetarian stir fry or chicken.
I'll just get whichever one. Oh!
Our students learn all kinds of skills and activities, including hair braiding.
It's not braiding, it's actually curling.
I see, hair frizzing.
No.
I need to go back to reading my Bible
We're
here.
curling. We're bored.
You know how much I hate that camera.
Already Mr. Martin and Ms. Roselli are plotting for the next trip.
Yes,
It's going to be...
Are we going to do this? I found it. Jesus' name.
Their dog.
Oh my gosh. In Jesus' name. Oh my God. What are we going to
John
do?
is so excited about the trip, he's writing in his diary. Soon to be published.
Gonna be published next week.
And that's good. Oh, he's big. Oh my gosh.
Do you want to see my souvenirs?
Yes. Oh, no, that's all right. I've seen it. Thank you. For souvenir. We're looking at the LaSalle Mountains and over toward Arches where we were last Monday, which is located over in this area right in here. There's Arches out there.
Today's Sunday, June 14th, and it's our last day of the trip. We're heading back to California, Sacramento, and let's see, we're going home.
Are you sad you're going home?
Yeah, I had fun. It was lots of fun going to Utah and the Four Corners and all.
Great.
So, I just hope I'm here again next year.
Thanks, Manuel.
No. Fully asleep.
Water all over myself.
Well, I think we're coming into Reno and Sparks. Rotary snowplow over there. Use that up on the pass.
To our destination point of Emeryville, California, making all major as well as intermediate stops in between. However, at this time, there are a few safety rules you need to be aware of while traveling with us. First of all, passengers, and that's all passengers, must wear your shoes at all times when traveling through the train. We also ask that parents with small children, please accompany your children at all times. When using the restrooms, we do ask that you use the proper receptacles and flush the toilets after usage. This should eliminate mechanical problems.
Sorry, come in again. No, I can't.
Just not barbecue.
So Marks, when you're done, the source of need it.
You need it? Okay, that'll be really in a second. Someone wrote in this.
Oh yeah, I saw it had a big old scribble on it. Yeah. I don't know who did it. Oh, hello.
Here we are up along Donner Summit. Down there is Donner Lake. Snow shed up there that we're headed toward. Now preserve that front page, because I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
The museum is interactive.
That's Wendell mumbling in the background there. Here we go into a tunnel ahead here.
If you want to see about Kansas.
Into the tunnel.
I've done that before when I kept going 5 hours straight.
Okay, I'm trying to read it. He roams about the cerulean sphere of light, his arms full of power, full of grace, demonstrates to the nearby eye that he still is the heart of the land. His neighbor, the city, his home, the canyons. Navigating above the majestic Mesa Verde he admires from afar, intimidated to go in. He excitedly begins waltzing into the shimmering city, warmed by the young sun. The city they call Cliff Palace. He is awestruck by its beauty, the surroundings intricate, the surroundings done with care and the love for the land. The canyons prevent interlopers to breathe in the privileged essence of the juniper and the pungent pinyon pine. The clatter of the footsteps from the Anasazi women and the whispers of buckskin drums could be heard in the distance. He turns to the heavens for guidance, their sweet echoes heard by few. The city existed. Skillful hands and hard-working hearts were the ingredients for such a life. He floats around the city, admiring the florid grounds where the rabbits and lizards wander the desolate atmosphere. He awaits. He awaits that one day he will be able to see life, human life, from the ruins. The life that once was, the life not altered by industry but by heart.
As I walk through the air, I can feel As I walk through the air, I can feel the breeze blown left to right. I knew that I was in a place of before. As I looked down the valley of the canyon, I could see the Anasazi grinding their corns, planting their squash, going inside the kiva for ritual ceremony or a time for a family to be together. As I start to walk down, I can see the woman Anasazi using yucca plant, making basket, sandal, and baby carriage. As I got here, I can feel the drumbeat, I can hear the chanting, I can see the beauty of mankind, and I can sense that they are here with me. Cliff Palace, it was spectacular and one of the biggest and ancient Anasazi ruins still standing in our time. These amazing people before they had lived here between 8200 to 700. Who would have thought of that they had the skill to build such amazing ruin and know that yucca plant can make basket, but never underestimate the old and ancient one. And that's it.
As he swoops down from the heavens above through the torching portal in the sky, he quickly recognizes his ancient home. His piercing screech shatters the tranquil dawn overlooking the sacred land. I have returned, my people. Prepare for my arrival. The ruins are the size of a grain. His native home, raided and stripped of its many treasures he had left behind. Once a majestic and flawless village is now a crumbling, lifeless ruin. Inside of the desolated village, he collapses to his knees and lets out a great cry that reverberates throughout the canyon. Gone, all gone. Everything he and his people worked hard for, from the sweat of their brow to the blood of their hands, from the joy of accomplishing a great village to the sorrow of lives lost to protect it. All that remains are the memories of his people embodied in the collapsing walls and floors, contaminated with support beams to hold up the feeble structure. Covered with plaster whose creamy white colors clashes with the natural auburn colors of the ruins. Handmade bricks chiseled into shape in different sizes, with its smooth texture and slightly lumping surface and its clay brownish color held together with mortar made by mixing mud with water, can never be imitated. The kiva in which he and his family used to gather to share stories of triumphant battle mythology and history lessons is exposed to the ruins to sun's rays. The pillar-like pilasters are still intact but are no longer useful, for there is no longer a ceiling. The fireplace as well as the seppuku and the deflector are also intact. The fireplaces are was basically used to illuminate the cellar-like den and warm the passing wind. The seppuku is very sacred, a gateway for spirits to travel back and forth to the four different levels of life, down along the remaining walls, making them slick and slippery, enhancing the clothes' effulgence. The tears find their way to the cracks of the village's structure, washing out the dust off the walls and temporarily tearing on the sandy floor. The animals seek for shelter as they are being drenched by the pelting rain of sorrow. Then his pain turned to anger. This unholy act must not go unanswered. His cold emotions of hate freezes the remaining water that are in the cracks, which is making the crevices wider and wider, splitting apart the rocks just slightly, but not too much to notice. Nothing more for a guardian but to see the ruins survive for generations to come and experience the past to ensure that the Anasazi once existed and to keep their memory alive is assurance enough for our ancestors. This he knows as he returns to the skies.
I still don't know what the title is. It says, the wind slides through the windows with the hoarse sound slamming the chamber of my room. Once more. Can you read that again? I got like all scribbled. Okay. The wind slides through the windows with the wind slides through my window with the hoarse sound slamming the chamber of my room. Once more. Laying in bed, my body begins to feel a cold shiver, like a blade cutting my inside. The evening breeze caresses my body to rise from bed, and I begin to walk towards the glazed moon. As I look out at the cerulean sky, I notice a star unlike any other, radiant, magical, and mystic. I explored further, entering the homes. I see women crushing leaves such as Mormon tea and Douglas fir, all for medicinal purposes. Some shredding yucca plants, making their young ones shoes. Other women collecting mud and clay for pottery.
It's beautiful.
Speaking rock.
Okay.
There existed a man who knew not of the ancient lands of the Anasazi. His eyes were blind to the rocky majesties that sit on the sacred lands and blind to the visual beauty of so many important stories. Never had he heard of the music and the wisdom the rocks gave to those who were willing to listen. Perhaps it was fate which brought him to the land of the ancient Anasazi. Off he went to a journey he would never forget. Farther and farther he traveled from his homeland, a greed-infested world where people who carried only hate in their hearts. Nevertheless, closer and closer he got to a land without hate, a sky without disease, a hole in the world untouched by man's industrialized mind, a place where silent music and silent words are sung and spoken in the wind. As he arrived in the new world, he looked up in the sky and saw a different New Haven, unlike any other he has ever seen before. Forward he went into this land called Mesa Verde. He took his first breath of air, and as it entered his lungs, he felt all of its life invade his body. When he exhaled, he was anxious to inhale once again. His journey began as he took steps forward into this land with rocks larger than life surrounded him. The sun that gave not heat but warm comfort and life-giving magic within its golden tentacles that stretched from the sky to the ends of the earth. The wind blew in his face and tornadoed around his body, and the wind began to whisper to him words and chants which seemed to echo everywhere. Yet he couldn't understand what the wind spoke. Perhaps he was still too far from the voices. He continued to walk, and above him, a dark ocean of clouds tidal waved across the sky, covering its blazing eye. A shadow was casted onto the land. It spilled over the ground and wrapped around the huge chunks of earth all around. The further the man went, the closer his soul was getting to be enlightened, he sensed. A chill wind entered the atmosphere like a vicious snake. The dark entity from above began to pour its watery gift to the shattered land. The chill wind slapped the man in the face as if trying to get his utmost attention. The wind began to dance around him and have a conversation which the man could still not understand, but was more clear than before. He was getting close. On he went, past the soft ground and the bleeding rocks. Soon the powerful sun would be denied no longer. The sun's fingers digged into the dark gray ocean and ripped it apart and proceeded to put its face into that opening and bring in a warm blanket to the land. And the chill wind gracefully transformed into a warm flute melody. A bird flew across the sky, and behind it, a colorful snake raced to catch it.
It's about the spruce tree house, the never-ending story, I wish. Visiting a serene and calm area such as these ancient ruins have left an imprint upon my heart. The trees envelop the ruins, protecting and watching over the sacred ruins as if they were awaiting the comeback of their long-ago residents. It seems so desolate and so sad to see some areas of the ruins. My moods changed from one to another. I was sad, but yet glad to be there, to be given the privilege to see and touch these precious past-giving buildings. As I touched the buildings, I had an inner hope and desire that if I approached a door and knocked, all of a sudden an ancient pueblo would appear and Anasazi would say, "Hello." At times it must have been difficult when a storm arose. The dark felt heartenish as the clouds hovered above their houses, a chill of the rain as it surged through their bodies, scurrying to their homes for warmth and shelter, letting out a sigh of relief and proudness for building a hardship and exhausting building. The wind crushing as waves upon their homes, rain sprinkled lightly and then changed in an instant to rough and ear-wrenching sounds from every direction. Mud and water flooded. The clouds differentials from light to dark, a light blue to a gray deep sea blue. Flashing in and out of the skies, the black of the mountains began to ooze and cave and carve around the rock as if a full cry, but yet gladness for the wonderful gift of water. You awaken from your rest as the sunlight hits upon your face. You stare out of your window and admire all the lush, beautiful green plants, the sensation you receive as the sun gets you warmer and warmer. The clouds barely peeking out of the sun overpowers them. As the sun begins to slowly sink into the earth, colors vary from all throughout the sky, mixing and overlapping each other. The coolness after a long day of work is gladly welcomed. The sun now vanished for its time of slumber, and in its place is the moon. Bright and bold, you see that first. Stars blanket the sky, twinkling in its own decor, greeting and bidding good night. Are decorated with strokes of designs, all different for every eye that sees. The ruins, a beautiful, ancient, and sacred part of our world. They may seem simple, but if you look close and search and touch, you will see that these great, sturdy, cherished homes are the most greatest heart-pounding and thrilling sight to see over and over again. How amazing it is that so much still stands and it is in top quality condition after hundreds of years ago. This proves and shows to all that even with the most simple items and delicacies in the world, a triumphant and beautiful idea will always stay in sight. Perhaps not fully, but definitely within your memory. I close my eyes, and high above the ruins, by the pinyon pine, still staring down but with my eyes shut, the sun showered me with its rays. I felt both body and spiritual warmth. I held that in the direction of the ruins, and with my eyes closed, I heard hummingbirds whiz beside me. I felt the swiftness and calmness of the wind. I heard the trees swaying back and forth. I imagined the buildings, and I pictured the Anasazi people living their lives, laughing and crying. They were like us in some ways and not. I heard crickets, and with all the sounds mixed together, it sounded like drums in harmony. I then opened my eyes and it disappeared, the sound forever, till I go back. I can still remember it in my mind, the sound, but it won't be the same. I will always keep and cherish this adventure in my heart and upon my mouth. I will truly feel glad that I was sent here to do and see and feel. I have come close to you all, and I'm thankful to God that He has sent me here to do as well. Jesus loves you so much and always will. This trip has opened my eyes and ears and shown me a new perspective of the world. I cannot fear because the Lord is with me. Sometimes in life the unexpected shall occur and will exalt in a higher multitude of gladness. This journey has imprinted upon my soul forever.
Well said. Thank you. Yeah, good.
What?
Oh, God.
Here we are in Sacramento.
Abby?
Yeah.